people that actually believe that a little knowledge is not a waste. And I also appreciate my one and only the convener of this mighty challenge. Like I don't know how to start. Tommy got into me like a surprise. I don't really know. I think we're going to talk about that later. How we get to research, do a kind of background about me, and here we are today.
Thank you, sir.
Like I used to say, it's always good to have foundation of everything, and to ensure that there's no limitation to the kind of knowledge that we acquired. So this evening, I appreciate everyone and I congratulate you in advance for what you're about to get to add to what you have already. A lot of speakers have come and they have given you the expected, let's say, the expected way of knowledge. The lives of the finance specialists, the business specialists, the lawyers, the ones that actually they have share across what you guys need to expand your business, start up a business, and also to stay in business. I heard someone said yesterday that it's always easier to get a job than to stay on job. Like we said, that people are actually looking for a job in Nigeria. The job rate is low and cool, but at the same time, you still understand that it's easy for you to get that job than to keep the job. And someone can get you a job, but the person may not have the strength to allow you to keep the job. So most times when this kind of gathering comes together, I don't have anything to say than to congratulate you in advance and tell you that whatsoever you have learned so far, it is useful, if not for today, but for tomorrow. So tonight, we're going to be talking together. We're going to be doing a lot of things together, and I'm sure it's not going to be only Toby that will be doing this talk with me. I just want to know how many minutes do I have to do this?
1 hour, 30 minutes. The floor is yours.
1 hour, 30 minutes. It's fine. So with the space of 1 hour, 30 minutes, that means I have how many people on the call? I have like over 12 people on the call. So I'll be engaging every one of us. So we're going to be sharing the 1 hour, 30 minutes together. Adewale may not be using up to 30 minutes because it's going to be practical. The finance guy has spoken to you over the time. The lawyers have spoken to you. But this is HR. So it means that as human HR business partners, we are always here to partner with you people as far as your business is concerned. So you are our employer. Tonight, you're going to be knowing that there's no between hiring manager and a recruiter. All business owners on this platform, you are an automatic hiring manager. You may not in any way study human resource, but you are the one that hire talent. It's not the work of an HR. It will shock you, right? The work of an HR is to recruit for you. So there's quite difference between both. So that means you have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of things in common. As a CEO, as a business owner, you are the automatic and the confirmed, the approved hiring manager. So whenever you see a job post and someone said, "Dear hiring manager," you don't even know the person you are referring to. You thought you are actually referring to the HR. No, you are referring to another person, the actual person that wants you, that want to be your supervisor, that wants the job, that's going to be paying you, the owner of the business, not the HR. So tonight, we are going to be talking a lot of things. So why are we here tonight? The impact of HR management on business performance and growth. First, we'll talk about HR management. What is it all about? Like Tommy has done a little introduction about Adewale Adegoke, and that is all about Adewale Adegoke. Adewale Adegoke is just an HR professional that's taken HR as part of his life, and he believes that with human resource, there's a lot of capacity, there's a lot of ground to cover. So tonight, I'm not going to be talking to business owners alone. I'll be talking to prospective business owner. I'll also be talking to employees, someone that believes that you want to further your career, you want to continue serving people, but you need to serve everyone with your work, with your talent, and with good diligence. So I And that's why I picked something from what Tommy sent to me, and I realized that embracing employee well-being and right talent sourcing is the main key of what we're going to talk about tonight. Em- Embracing employee well-being and right talent sourcing. So there's always this eager to start up a business, and you go to Google, you go to AI, you go to consultants to research, and all you want to do is just want to start, just want to jump on it because one motivational speaker or someone somewhere told you that this year is your year of expansion. So you just want to expand. Someone told you that this year is your year of fulfillment. So you want to fulfill everything. Yes, it is good to believe. It is also good to accept whatsoever you might be taught about in church, in mosques, and social gathering, in your community and co. But at the same time, have you been able to check and do kind of step-by-step realization of what's going on? Thank God everyone is in Nigeria right now, right? And we believe of what's going on in Nigeria, and you understand that it is only people that are prepared for days like this, time like this, that are actually enjoying. Yes, there are people enjoying the economy right now. You know why? They have prepared for these days. They have prepared. Now, business owners that does not prepare for a day like this, for time like this, actually the one clamoring now. Some people know that what we are facing now in terms of naira to dollar is the main reality. All those ones that we have been facing 10, 15, 20 years ago, just a padded economies. People have been trying to pad something for us, and we thought a dollar to naira is 65 naira or 100 naira or 1,000 or 5. No, this is the main reality. So I'm going to be talking as a businessman tonight. I'm going to be talking as a nation that no business. So that is why we're going to be talking about HR management on business. So because of our time, and I said because we're going to be doing this together, so we need to rush. So let's just start from the importance of employee well-being. Like I said, we're going to be leveraging and be talking more about the employee well-being tonight. So first, we understand that an healthy and happy employees contribute to higher productivity in the business. So there's no doubt about that. It is only when you have someone that is happy on the job that can bring more productivity to the business. So well-being possibility impact workplace culture and what and moral, because it is the well-being of these employees that can impact what, that can impact the culture. Like a lot of people say these days that are you a culture fit, or is the business or is the company culture fit to your own kind of person? So sometimes we realize that you send out a job advert and people are not applying. This is what they're quoting. Maybe there's a review about your business or about your place of work on different blog or website that they have studied over the time. So they understand the culture of your business. That is why most times they find it difficult to apply. Something happened last weekend. I was on a community group of human resource, and someone tried to place a vacancy on the post of trying to recruit for one of the popular restaurants in Nigeria now. And immediately one of the HR supervisors said, no, you cancel this. Nobody should apply on this job. And the HR said, why? And I was like, why will you come openly to just tarnish the image of an organization like this? And the lady said she has like 6 reviews of staff that left without collecting their salary, as in they gave it to the company that instead of it to kill my mental capability, I would rather leave your money for you, and they left. And the lady was showing us evidences on the group. Though people like me were trying to correct her that you shouldn't have gone to the extent of coming openly. You can call this HR officer and tell this person that go back to your company and fix a lot of things. So this is what happened often, that we don't really get feedback. But this person was lucky enough to get a direct feedback from a colleague. So your workplace culture and morale will affect the kind of people that you bring in or the kind of staff that you have. Employee satisfaction leads to lower turnover rates. Like what happened? It is only when they are satisfied that it reduces the number of people that goes out. Somebody was telling me today that she works in a place that it is on a rare basis that they do recruitment, maybe quarterly, just because of expansion majorly. They don't recruit because people are leaving, because people refuse to leave. So is that the kind of business you want to go into as a business owner, or you want to go to business that I don't know, I don't care. Thousands of people are looking for a job. Yes, I agree. Thousands of people are looking for a job. You know why? Because you don't know the difference between a worker, a staff, and a talent. It's quite different. People that are actually looking for this job, this 1,000 are looking for this job, it is sure that 80% of them are actually workers. You know why? They just want to feed. That is why sometimes as a businessman, you are supposed to know the difference between business and hustle. Some of us go into business in the mindset of breaking even in the space of 1 year. And as a good accountant that have accounting background, I will tell you that most times it does not work like that. Most times it takes 3 years. Can I tell you one expo? Do you know how many years it takes Jumia to break even in Nigeria? It took them 5 years.
Yes,
They
sir.
run losses
You're
of
right, sir.
almost 100 million every month on media publicity, on loss. But it took them 5 years to stand. So most times, whenever I want to go into the business, we have the back of our mind that in the space of 6 years, 6 months, this is what I want to achieve. Yes, it's always good like that. But if the economy does not give you the right platform, most times it's taking more than 2, 3 years before you even break even. So what are we saying here? So if an employee decided to stay on the job more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, it means that this employee is getting the right satisfaction. And this employee is a talent, not a staff or a worker. A staff is even better than a worker. Like if you ask me now, uh, who are you? And I will say, I'm Adewale Adegoke. I work with add-ons and property. I don't say I work for. You know why? If you work for, it means you are not part of the business. It means you can tender your resignation today and go tomorrow. But somebody that work for know that he is part of the business. Ownership mentality will be there. So how can we cultivate this ownership brain into our staffs? It is hard to say. So most times, whenever I have this privilege to talk to people, I don't want to be talking what is inside dictionary or textbooks. I want to tell you what is happening in the real world, in business. So if your employee have this kind of mindset of a good mentality of ownership, they will refuse to go. And the only employee that can have this mentality is employee that have good experiences on the job. So now we now move to the right talent sourcing, because we need to talk together now. So strategic talent acquisition is what is crucial for business success. Before anyone, through my introductory part, I said there are difference between hiring manager and who and recruiter. Now, doing right talent sourcing, a hiring manager has at least 40% responsibility to take, if not 50-50 self. A recruiter is to source for this talent for you. Look about the internal process of this person, the personal characteristics of this person. Look inward. But an hiring manager who is the CEO or the MD of the business or the supervisor or the manager of one particular unit also have responsibility of looking at the kind of person that fits into the job. So most times HR has no direct mindset or direct sight to know if this person actually fits into that kind of job you want the person for. So we're going to be looking into one scenario as I move on. The right talent contributes to what? Innovation and what? Problem solving. I want to be sure if you are still together. If you are still together, just show me the kind of let me know if you are still together.
Thumbs up.
Yes,
Yes, we are
just
together.
kind of thumbs up and let's see if you are still together. Because
Okay.
as time goes on, we are going to be doing some kind of practical. I'm going to ask us questions and we're going to answer together. So effective talent sourcing enhance overall team performance. So the first thing is that you want to start a business. Effective talent sourcing is your priority. A lot of CEOs have made these mistakes over the time. The fact that they have millions of naira as their capital, they forget the fact that somebody or some set of people will be the one to undo everything for them from scratch. I have worked in a place that they believe they don't need HR. And that is why this kind of platform is good for us. Yes, you know what they will tell you? There's what is the nomination. Shebi is for them to recruit, hire, and fire. I can fire anybody I don't like. Even I can do it. So it's not a big deal. So they're just like, so my first HR there was the procurement manager. And at the same time, he was the inventory manager. Look at it, because he was the direct brother of the CEO. Now, this is my brother just came from UK. He's talented. He has masters in this. He has this. So as from now on, he will be the HR. The guy did not have anything. He does not even have people to hand over notes for him because it's a startup business at then. So this same person is the procurement head and it's also the inventory head. So there's no check and balancing. So he will go to the market, buy products, and also determine the selling price. He will receive it. He will hand over it to the storekeeper. He will control the storekeeper where and where not to put this thing. So as time goes on, in the space of 1 month, 1 year, there are a lot of losses. So they bring in internal auditors. Internal auditors realize that who brings in goods? They say Mr. So. Okay, who are the inventory people that receive it? They say it's still the head of inventory. Who determine the price? Selling price, the price. How can you be the judge? And so they realize that this man has made a very big error. Now, what happens there? There's a gap. The man, the CEO, actually did the work of an HR in the wrong way. Because an HR professional will not employ a procurement manager to still be the head of inventory. It does not work. Because realize that there's not going to be check and balancing. Somebody can determine to go to the market and requisition for 1 million naira and buy product of 500,000 naira. Nobody's coming back to check. So an HR person that is professional enough would know that it is not possible. So most times we neglect this aspect of business, talent sourcing. So because of the fact that you understand little thing about everything does not mean that you should put everything on your desk. Delegate most of these things out, and that is why HR management is important in business of today. 100% important. So the illustration I'll be talking about now, I want us to listen. So like I was saying, I said as a business owner, you have a team of 5 talents and you embark on a project worth of 500 million naira. So to be delivered in 6 months. So this is a project that has been trusted in your hand as a business owner, and you have just 5 talents to execute this project for you within 6 months. You as the project manager and owner of the business delegated duties to each talent according to their skills. But you discover that the project was nowhere to be found, like it was nowhere about 6 months and 2 weeks later, which made the client withdraw the contract from you. You just lost 500 million worth of contracts. That is what it means. So now, you asked the team lead, and he said one of the technical guys refused to do his own part of the job, which actually affect the whole process. Now, as the owner and the CEO, you have only 2 options, and you have to pick one. One, terminate the contract of the technical guy. Or 2, terminate the contract of all the team members. What will you do and why? So that is the question we have. So I need just 3 or 4 people to give me the answers and the reasons why they are giving me this answer.
Please, can you ask the question again?
Okay, this is the question. Do you get the instruction right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, so the question is, out of the 5 talents working with you, only one person, who is the technical guy, refused to do his own part of the project, which actually affected the whole process and made the client to withdraw the contract from you. But you have only one option to do, to terminate the contract of the technical guy that refused to do his own part, or terminate the contract of the OT. What will you do and why will you do it?
Can I answer?
Please.
My name is Charles Carlo. You cannot punish the entire team because of the failure or inability of one of the team members to deliver. You only sanction the technical person who could not deliver, who could not perform. You cannot punish those ones, the other 4 team members who has delivered on their own mandate. Are you with me? So I think the right thing to do is to sanction you. It might not be outright sack, okay? You might normally companies have disciplinary procedures, okay? If there is a performance gap somewhere, there will be need to follow the due process. Even in trying to sanction somebody, you put the guy through the disciplinary procedure, which will start with a query to understand why there was a performance gap and why the guy could not deliver. Um, uh, After the disciplinary procedure and after the response from the guy, you now know whether to fire him or whether your system needs improvement. Are you with me? So I don't think it's right to fire the entire team because one person couldn't deliver. Thank you.
So thank you very much, sir. So we are jotting that down, and somebody else is raising up a hand. Adewale Abraham, please, over to you.
Good,
Off my screen.
okay. Good evening, sir, and good evening, house. For me, I would say that since what I would want to point out that when you said 5 talents work as a team, so if someone is misbehaving out of that 5 talent, that means they are not working as a team. So for me, I think I will sanction the whole group, because when you work as a team, we are not saying everybody is perfect. They must be able to cover the imperfect of the technical guy. For them not to be able to cover that as a team, because when you work as a team, it's like everybody is working together for a particular goal, to achieve a particular goal or a particular objective. So for me, the rest, I have to call them and tell them that if you cannot work with this guy, maybe from the beginning they ought to say it, but they must ensure that they were able to work together as one, as a team, because a team is when you work together as one, is when you work in unity. That's when you're a team. So I think I will sanction not just the technical guy, the other people, the other members of the team. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abimbola. That was brilliant. And thank you very much, my other Casey Kalu. So it is getting interesting now. It means we have 2 different answers, and that was why I said I need like 4 people opinions on this, because the practical opinion, and it's like someone comes to a business owner, comes to you, and it needs your response on it. So do we still have someone else that have his or her own answer to this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please, over to
For
you.
me, for me, I think it is not enough to say a team handles every project that comes into your company. You, as the manager of an establishment, you're supposed to overlook, as in, like, okay, like you have to oversee what each of the team does. Like if you want to set up a committee now, there's supposed to be policy, there's supposed to be a kind of policy notes for them, what and what they're supposed to achieve within a particular period of time. If you have given them a period, you have given them a policy note to cover within a justifiable period of time, and it wasn't done up to your own expectation, there's supposed to be a check and balance by the CEO of such an establishment. But if that was not done by you, that means you do not have the sole role to say you want to sanction anybody. The only thing that can be done here is you can give a kind of a note of warning to whoever that has done this, that made you lose a project that worth so much money and means so much to that establishment. So you can punish, there are some punishable roles that can be given to such people. Then you give them that kind of no, warning cannot be in form of I don't know, there is a term they use for those that work at insurance term. You give them a target to meet after the kind of failure they've had earlier. So if that failure was not met and they do not have a tangible reason for having the serial failure in such an establishment, then you can now take whatever option, whatever decision you decide to make after maybe a kind of serial failure. But for this particular question, the CEO also has a kind of contribution to make, which he or she didn't do appropriately or effectively. So
Thank
for
you
me,
very
the
much.
CEO has a role to play, the team has a role to play, and there must be a policy in place for whoever does not meet up with a particular target. This and this and this must be done to such an individual. And if that is not in place, then it is just a kind of warning that you can give. You can give them, you can set up a disciplinary committee, let them face it, let them give them some other tasks to do, and if there is a bit of a serial failure, then one can now take up whatever judgment you want to do after such occurrence. But there is always, a business cannot be without failure, so it cannot always be success all the time. So sometimes you give people option of doubt and still continue with whatever development such an establishment has to give. That's my own opinion.
Wow,
Okay,
wow, wow,
can I
wow.
say something? Can I add something to what? Can I add something to what she just said?
Okay, go on,
I
sir.
worked. I worked with. There was a company I worked for before in the past, and when I got there as head of HR, I discovered that their internal systems and processes were not in place. They were upside down. Okay, so taking from what the last speaker just said, what I did was to set up internal structures. So if there is an assignment, there's what we call over. So the internal control, which was not there as at the time I got to that company, I created an internal control, internal audit system, that there must be a call over. If we have a target, if there is a project, the internal control must follow the processes. I mean, all the different roles everybody is playing, and there will be a call over on a daily basis. So we have to review the internal process and systems and structures of that company, because you cannot just single out to that person. Although I said you should be punished, but following through the process, it will become obvious if the sanction should the level of sanction that should be meted on the technical guy. But every other individual along who has role to play, internal audit, supervising authority, every other person that it should have discovered what is amiss will also be sanctioned. But the level of sanction will be different. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So, do you have the last person opinion before we move on?
Hello.
Hello, good
So
evening,
I
everyone.
would like to go with in line with Mr. Bimbola. I would like to go in line with Mrs. Abimbola. Of course, I have to sack the whole team, even though the guy failed as an individual. But Actually, in a real sense, the whole team failed. There was a case in one government hospital about some years ago where a girl was transfused with HIV infected blood. So they had to sack the head of the department and also the CMD of the hospital because they work together. So, assuming the MD has promised them that if we are able to be successful at this project, I'm going to give you so million as a team. Are we now saying because one guy has failed, the MD will still go ahead and give the other people money? No, because they work together as a team. They should have reported the said person that is not responsible. Assuming they are working together as a team, they are having meetings together from time to time to review whatever they are doing. They will have discovered in time that this guy is not doing his job. And by not doing his job, the whole team may fail together as one. So for me, I will sack the whole team. That means they are not responsible together. Thank you.
Wow. So
Please,
I think because
can I
of our
contribute
time.
to this?
Okay, Ubon will be
Yeah.
last.
Okay, please.
You can
I've
move
listened
on.
to the first person, the second, the third, and my own little opinion is this. If there is a project of that magnitude, I mean, that is so valuable to the company, everything rise and falls in leadership. Yes, there is a team, but there must be a supervisor over these people who are so-called the team in quote. Okay, so if there is a particular person that is not doing his duty, I would like to share from my life experience. I operate a printing and a publishing firm where I talk to my workers, I educate them every Monday. And there is this particular staff of mine that when you look for him in the office, you will not see him. Every other person will be there to work. You wouldn't see this particular person. I did not need a prophet to tell me that this is not a good team member. Immediately, I fired the person and look for a replacement. So it cannot be because of just one person. The entire team is discredited. In fact, in the first place, I would blame the head of the organization because if he had done his due diligence, such wouldn't have happened because there would have been plan A and plan B for every team member. People should be under check and balance. There should be procedures in every project execution. In project management or in project delivery, there is always what we call job plan. When a proper job plan is followed, nobody should be so solo that if the person doesn't work, no other person takes over his place. Immediately, something should have been done. I mean, I just believe is what I'm hearing is just in assumption that maybe in assuming, I hope it shouldn't be a life occurrence, something that has happened. So people should not just allow their business, like the director of a business, leave the entire project for the teams to handle, and there is no supervisor. He himself, the owner of the business, is not checking what they are doing. He's not checking their milestones. He's not getting, that means there are no reports before it gets to the point that one person would fail and the entire job is collapsed. No, there should be reports, daily reports. The milestones should be checked, the achievement, and what should be done next. So I feel the person who did not do his due diligence should be fired, as simple as that. And a replacement should be taken, not the entire team. That's my own contribution.
Wow.
And
Thank you very much.
another thing is that if you fire the whole team, it's very expensive for the organization. Cost of replacement, cost of training that they have, even business connections. So it will be very expensive for the company to lose the entire team.
Mm-hmm. So
Just
if one
because
person is being
of,
fired, others will sit up.
Because of one person's misdemeanor. So what I'm saying is that the management of that company will lose terribly in terms of business connection, in terms of goodwill, in terms of monetary terms, even in the course of all the trainings that they have done for those workers. So that's just what I want to add.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Tony, please, can you let me share a round of applause for the guys? That is massive. So we have spent almost 30 minutes analyzing, discussing, deliberating, and please go back before this. Thank you. Hold on first. Analyzing, deliberating, and trying to figure out what is not meant to be initially. Something actually happens, and the reason why we have this whole commotion is because someone somewhere decided to do the job of an HR by employing 5 talents on himself, by trying to neglect HR management in his business. Now, you have an establishment that has no policies. Somebody spoke about this thing and I grabbed that moment. Assuming there's a policy that states that in every project there must be a report, weekly report, or a team lead. This is the social team lead for this. This kind of scenario won't even happen in the first place. Now we'll be talking about how some people neglected the importance of human resource in the establishment. This man can feel that, okay, we are just 6, so why should we need an employer? Why an HR in our midst? Now, the job of an HR cut across all the spaces. Now, an HR person will follow up on the team lead to ensure that, because you are the more technical guys here, you should be the head of this team. And this team should give reports of their progress, their work progress, weekly, daily, or monthly. Now, a project that's supposed to be 6 months, last for 6 months and 2 weeks, and the CEO that tends to be the project manager himself, because as far as I'm concerned, he's the project manager, is the HR, is the team lead. Now, if you are terminating any contract of anybody, the first person to be terminated is the CEO, because he actually owns this contract. He actually knows the right guys to be placed on each job, but he decided to keep the job for the 5 of them and see and wait for 6 months. He came in after 6 months requesting for the report, believing that the job is done. Now, because of just one person, in fact, the guy has no business to be terminated. The technical guy has no business to be touched because there's nothing guiding him. There's no policy guiding him. Now, somebody said the other team should work as a team and do even if there's no guide, even if there's no policy. You have somebody not working day 1, day 2, day 3, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, to 6 months. So how were you able to achieve your own part of the process if somebody is lacking?
Of course.
So the essence of this illustration is for us to see that there's need for someone that will handle the space of HR, because an HR will not recruit somebody like this technical guy just like that. That is one of the reasons why we need this person. So we're talking about talent sourcing. So this CEO actually sourced for these 5 talents, and he knows that they are good in their different ways, but they are never good as a team. And this is what actually caused the company this sum of money. I want us to believe that one of the reasons why we wasted our 30 minutes deliberating, trying to get solution, trying to advise this man, is because this man has failed from the beginning. He has failed to acquire the first talent. The first talent he needs is the human resource manager or officer that will help you recruit the fit person, not individual. Now, Tony, please, let's go to the next slide. Another illustration for us to know. Now, this The one we did the other time is something I just sat down and okay, let's do the other, let's see how it comes again. But this actually happened just last week. I want you to follow this story. So a former colleague just chatted me up on a Monday morning, and he said, please pardon my pidgin. I'll be reading directly the way the chat is. This is just my chat. So he said, I'll be done resign from That is the name of the company. I just because I don't it's a well-known company, so I don't want to put it out there. After 15 years and 7 months of my service, it's time to wear a more challenging outfit. So now let me give you a background story of this person. This person happens to be the CEO of this company. He has worked 15 years. This person happens to be the one that recruited me to the company. Then I shouted, I said, Holy Spirit, this is massive. Now, Mr. Adewale, let me just use Adewale own a year before, because somebody else resigned just like 1 week before this person told me about his own, the same company. And I said, boss, I have nothing to say than to say congratulations. This person I said, so he said, let me use another name. Esther is going. Ide is also leaving this month. Now, he has mentioned himself, I mentioned 2 other people, and I mentioned 1 person. So these 4 people are actually top management staffs. These 4 people are actually the people I met in the system that they have spent minimum of 7, 8 years. In this company, I spent 5 years and 8 months. He now said, mine is next month ending, which is this month. I said, Omo, you guys have really tried. Hope you guys are leaving behind good replacement. This is where the topic comes from. He said, can't find anyone to succeed me. Same with Jide for now. You know that Esther is Shegun's already. Now, out of the 3 of them, only 1 actually has someone to replace him, to succeed him on the job. And I said, this is not really good. And ABC company tried on training, last year, they trained people on the job. But quality of workforce after our set was not really up to expectation. Now, the quality of their workforce after our own recruitment, because we happen to be the pioneer, the first staff that we employed for that set of business, because these people have been working with the global aspect like 10 years before we even came in. That was why they have spent like 15 years. So he said the quality of workforce after our set was not really up to expectation. That is the real issue. Imagine inventory of ourselves, because I started as an inventory person there. Okay, imagine inventory of ourselves that we don't even know difference between HOD and supervisors. He has said, few that were good had left. Someone like you. Immediately said this thing, I said, thank you, Jesus. At least after I left, there was reason for someone to know that no, somebody left. He said, yeah. He now mentioned something, he said, Ayo is more into HR now than inventory. He does not even want to hear inventory. So this is somebody I now hand over to when I left the place. He said that one does not even want to hear about that in order for him to replace the inventory manager. I told him, I said, we left because the realistic of our future wasn't clear enough. And I told him, I said, we met Sunday and the guy doesn't want to hear anything about, he just wants to focus in what? In Asia. He said, yes. I said, I just hope the people there will be able to sacrifice enough as you guys have done. Because, you particularly gave it up. 15 years is not a beans. Now, what are we talking about? Look at this scenario. This is a live scenario, something that just happened this very month. In the space of 1 month, let's say 1 month and some weeks, 4 top management staff are leaving at the same time. Now it's good for them to move to the next phase of life. But what comes after is the inability of the business to replace them. So most times when CEOs or when owners of business walk up to you as a nation and say, don't worry, let them go. There are thousands of people outside there. Yes, there are thousands of people outside there. But I left almost 2 years ago and there's no good replacement. These people are leaving. They are scared because there's nobody to replace them. You know why? Because the kind of talents they recruit, they are not quality enough to put them in the space of management role. Now, if someone like the CEO opened his mouth and said, as far as it's concerned now, there's nobody that can replace him in the system. Is that not a big blow for the business? So the moment I heard about this whole thing, the first thing that comes to my mind is CEOs or owner of business have to learn about bridging the gaps. Not believing that we can do it alone. Not believing that because I have the money, I can just bring in anybody to the system. Yes, thousands of people actually can do the job, but not everybody can do it in the right way. So most times when you realize that it is time for you to start up a business, the first thing that should come to my head is, who are the people I can trust this job or this work in their hands in the next 4, 10, 5, 15 years? Unless you want to settle for hustling and not business. So most times, if people don't understand your role as the human resource manager or officer, they neglect it and they believe that they can actually take over everybody. Anybody can hire, anybody can fire, anybody can type English, anybody can send memo. But it takes a professional to know that this is the right fit for this kind of business. Sectors actually have different tastes and different fits. So until you realize that you are not doing yourself a good thing by just bringing in any kind of bad person into the business. You just talk about somebody that had business worth of 500 million naira and just let it go because he decided to be the recruiter and the hiring manager at the same time. So because of our time, but because we are still going to be talking about some challenges and we're going to be handling some question and answer. Tommy, please, next slide. So we'll be talking about the role of HR practically in business growth. So HR management influences organization performance. Yes. So it is the management of HR that makes organization to know where to start, who to deal with. Now, most times when we are trying to do KPIs, and I understand that we have an HR professionals in house, they tend to gone are those days that we don't see performance managers as top ranking in human resource, but now they're actually one of the biggest because they don't only rate the performance of staff or employees, they actually analyze the performance of business. Business is not doing good or great as I went to. So I was saying, in performance management, everybody know that we have four cardinal points of performance management, starting from internal processing, the L&D, the customer service, and the finance. So most times we put the financial part of it at the top rate. Yes, it is good. Please go back. You are not here yet. Go back. We're still here. So thank you very much. So we tend to put the financial aspect of the performance cardinal points at the top, forgetting that we have the internal process, we have the L&D, and we have the customer service. Now, if your financial is fine, and you believe that at least we are selling, we have enough of money now, and you neglected the L&D part of it, none of your staff is going, it will affect the organizational performance. Now, it's only HR manager or the management of your the people managing your resources that can know, that can influence this organizational performance. They will know through the book. Gone are those days that HR neglect the work of finances to only the finance department. For the HR that are here, I want to challenge us tonight. Even if you don't have accounting background, even if you don't have anything like finance background, go and lay your hands on one. Try to befriend with these people. Because it is only when you know how the company is doing financially that you can have the right to talk during the management meeting on who to hire or how much to be paid on, or the kind of the growth of the well-being you want for your staff. So it is only when you know the book, it is only when you know how successful the business is doing that you can even advise. So it is your duty as an HR to know to influence organizational performance. Now it is right for you to say, okay, the financial part of the cardinal point should be like 20% or 30%. But you also know that the internal process is major, because that is what the employee will be rated upon. So even if the business is doing rightly, money is coming now, what is going to happen in the next 5-10 years to the business? It is through the chart, the organizational chart, that this will happen. So an HR personnel will also handle this aspect. The next one is employee development and training, foster business growth. I've said it. It's still an HR that was discovered, because an arm of HR is what? Is L&D. That so employee need to do what? To develop, need training to do what? To move from point A to point B. Enough of we need a specialist in content creating now. Let's go and no. Yesterday I was telling one of my colleagues, I saw a vacant HR content creator. I was like, God, you need an HR that must know content creation. This is what's going on. It's a reality. Somebody needs you to be an HR and at the same time you're a content creator. So most times, most times people believe you are laughing. Yes, it's happening. If you see different job roles now, I can share a lot with you. You will see, you will be like, wow. So they expect you to have human resource skills and at the same time know how to create content. So most times, what you want to do now is that instead of you looking for somebody that can do this thing outside of, why can't you allow people to have training on their career? Let them advance. And a company that need a management accountant and you have a financial analyst in the system, why can't you allow this person to develop him or herself? Take up these ICANN courses and the neutral. HR practice directly impact the what company's bottom line. At the end of the day, what we are clamoring for, the revenue aspect of it. Today I was saying that a lot of people, what they see on paper is a deferred revenue. They just felt it's a revenue that it's a deferred revenue, because most businesses, like people that do Sunday permit my Yoruba, like you are selling to people and they are paying maybe instrumentally. That kind of revenue cannot be recognized until they finish paying it. So it's still deferred. So at the end of the day, it's an HR person that understands the book of the business that can impact directly to the bottom line. Because at the end of the day, you make me to understand that the reason why I'm paying so amount of money for this person I'm recruiting is because all the revenue you are seeing now, they are not real. It happens. Some people go outside, maybe your business executives or your marketers go out and they're saying, oh, you have, okay, somebody's projecting, your marketer is projecting 20 million, 30 million, 40 million. It is only an HR person that understands the books very well, that can interpret the books very well, that will know that, no, we should know to minimize costs. We cannot, because we are bringing in revenue of 20 million, they will be doing parties, we'll be recruiting somebody that will be paying some amount of money, place that we are supposed to use 5 people, we are using 15 people. It is only an HR person that can analyze that. So at the end of the day, HR parties directly impact what? The company's bottom line, because at the end of the day, there is no way. Now, these days, even if somebody is having a relationship, even if you're having, what is it called? Your husband is harassing you at home. Some people still come to office and still pour out the frustration on HR. It's HR. Because we are human resource. So at the end of the day, we should be what? We should know that we are everything. So I'm using this opportunity to open the insight of our business owners and people that are intending to start up their own business, that there is no way you want to take out HR from everything you are doing. Unless what you are doing is hustle. If you are hustling, you don't need HR. Forget. Don't waste your money. You don't need HR. You know why? Because people that actually want to start business in January and started bringing 100% back in February or March, they're actually hustling. They are not doing business. A good business owner will see 20, 20, 30, 40 years. You will not just sit back and believe you can succeed in the space of 2-3 months. So at the end of the day, I know that there's no way a good motivational speaker will tell you from the beginning of your business, or a consultant will tell you, I bring an HR. I say, no, we don't need HR now. In fact, if I have an accountant and I have an admin officer, and admin should do HR. Admin should do HR. She's not just to hire and fire. Gone are those days. You have understands that even the whole of the book, everything that comprises about the business, HR are now really involved. Gone are those days that they just call us HR officer, just call us HR manager. Have you heard about new different names they call HR now? Talent manager, people's manager, what is it called? HR business partner. Every HR there that can keep naming for you. You'll be shocked. Talent acquisition officer. There are many. So it is the right time for us to know that HR actually involved in the growth of every business. So now we are moving straight to the challenges and solutions. So I need 1 or 2 people that can engage us, tell us about the problem, challenges that you think you have faced in time, and 2-3 of us too will now provide a proposed solution to it. They will now move to the last phase of the process. So Tommy, please, the next slide. So let's just go straight to audience, okay, challenges and solutions, which take us into the audience engagement. So I need 2 people, because of our time is almost 9 o'clock, 2 people to tell us practical problem or challenges that they have faced, at least during the course of trying to establish something, to start up their business, and the proposed solution. Thank you. So if you have anyone, I'm giving us the space of 5 minutes to do that.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes, ma. Over to you, ma.
Okay, I've shared this on this platform before now, and I think I will need to say it again. Only this year, in January now, I realized that I lost 3 staff at the same time, and none of them even told me anything. And if I ask them what happened, initially I didn't want even to bother myself to call anybody or whatever. Then I think the last one, or the second one that left, we still met on Saturday. We talked nicely in the meeting. We dined together and whatever. On Monday, if I wasn't in the office in the morning, he brought the resignation letter, and then just like that. When I came, I said, what happened? He said, you didn't tell me anything. I didn't even bother to call. I didn't bother to call. But when I told some people, say, you have to call, you'll see something, whatever. I asked the other staff, then what happened? What did they say we did? Whatever. He said, no, nothing. Just like that. And not knowing that even the person I'm talking to, she also have made up her mind. That I said, what happened? And since we started and they came, I honestly, your staff, if you have to be there, they can't be that close to them. Everything makes simple. And we ask them everything, whatever, we call them like a daughter's son and whatever. And we share together. You know, there's even boss to whatever. I was so shocked, although I didn't allow that to weigh me down anyway. But I was saying, what actually happened? What went wrong? If you have to be their salary, and I know by God's grace, sometimes we may not even make sales much, but by God's grace, we don't hold them. At most, the last day of the month. Because I asked them, they said, no, this is because of the payment, the salary, whatever. No. So what happened? So I don't know. I've been asking, what can I do? Yes, I didn't allow that to
really weigh me down. I'm also thinking, is there anything from my own side that I've not done well? So that's the challenge I have early this year.
Thank you very much. Okay, before, do you have, okay, I know what I can provide solution, but because before then, I want to ask now, it is good that you are bringing these practical challenges to this platform, and then now we will try our best. We try our best. This is it. Most times, everybody know what is going on. There's what we call labor war. Labor war is what is happening in Nigeria right now. If you don't know, get it. I have employed someone that resigned after 2 weeks. Now, this is it. This is the person that during onboarding, she was full with joy, like she was thanking God for the job. Now, this person has not earned any salary. If not, he has not even mixed up with a lot of staffs like that. He's still under training, and this person resigned. So, which actually means that most times is beyond the money, is beyond what is it called? The culture of the business sometimes. So sometimes because of the war that is going on, are you aware that the same staff that you employ today is actually looking out for like 3 other businesses at the same time? He's just trying to see the ones that will fit in into his or our current challenges too. So most times we believe that it's the money or it is our character as one of the business that is not in line with these persons. But because we fail to understand that this is Nigeria and there's what is going on right now, which is called labor war. Now, the labor war seems to be like even the bigger companies are suffering this labor war. Even the ones, people are leaving company A to provide space for someone that is leaving company B to come and take over. That is what is going on. Now, but because your own challenge is peculiar, is a lot of people actually face this kind of thing almost often. The same, like there's a joke that came out, was in the last 2-3 months, that somebody is writing to HR, the HR, it's because I like you, I just want to tell you secretly, I'll be leaving by next week. And the HR is saying that, who will you submit your resignation letter to? And person say, you of course. Person say, you may not meet me in the office. Which means the HR that you think or you thought you are coming to submit letter to is actually planning to leave the second day. That is the reality. So what is the solution now? The solution for you is always to prepare ahead of all this thing. Because the same you, somebody told us something on the group chat today. She was asking for our opinions. As their security in their compound came to her and said, Madam, I cannot continue to receive 30,000 naira as salary. I went to buy, she went to buy egg and it's not expensive. So we cannot continue like this. And the woman said, what do you want her to do? And she said, maybe she should add money to the security. Now, if you don't do this, the security will go. Now, for you to employ new security, you will not pay that 30,000 again. You will pay more than that. So the solution is always to prepare ahead of all this kind of a thing. Now it has happened. I know it will never happen to someone like you again, but though you may not really know how fit your environment is. Like you said, just give us a scenario that you don't owe salary, which majority people think it is one of the reasons why people leave. What if the environment is not conducive enough for this person? One. What if the sector you are is not the sector this person really wants? Some people just use some sectors as a ladder to go into their own sector. Some people just want to learn 1 or 2 things before they move on. I did an interview to someone, and this person, where do you work currently? And he said, he mentioned, I said, this place is not in your CV. He said, yes, because I just spent 6 months. That's why I don't want to put it in my CV. I said, why don't you put it there? He said, because he's scared to put. So this actually means that people don't really spend 1 year. Again, it depends. So this is my own, because I have people raising up their hands. Maybe they have something to say. This is my own, because as an HR, I will tell you to always have this at the back of your mind. You cannot give staff 100% of what they actually wanted, but you can do your own part as the owner of the business, and at the same time make them understand the core vision of the business. If these people know the vision of this business and they carry it, they will not only want to. Now, I said I spent 5 years and 8 months in a place, they actually want to spend 1 year. You know why? Because these people will always put you at the forefront. There's nothing that the CEO is doing without calling general meeting. This man likes general meeting than management meeting. This same business brings up a big restaurant and a big bakery from the knowledge of a security officer. It was a true general meeting. Just ask, what next do you guys want us to do? What do you think we can do? And somebody said, because we operate also business, supermarket, why can't we have this? And they had it. And they started setting up their own hospitality business. Now, the hospitality business is the biggest part of the business now. That idea was from a security. Now, if you don't carry them along with some things, they will feel they are not part of the business. So most times it's beyond the salary you are paying. Sometimes it's the environment. Some people, it may be even because they requested for something and they were able to get your response to it. Some people, they go as far as like expecting you to tutor them about their lifestyle. So if all these things, all these things are lacking and there's no HR to take that aspect, even as the business owner, it should one way or the other, because it will continue to decrease, and the same set of people see this kind of a thing, they will continue to be in the same space and they will keep living. So my own kind of advice and professional advice now is that you should go beyond acting as an HR or as a business owner. Also act as someone that will carry the vision along with these people. Let them understand that they are part of the business. Let them know that without them, the business is going nowhere. Gone are those days when people tell you, if you want to go, go. Thousands of people are waiting for this work. Gone are those days. Because there's what we call, there is a war going in labor now. That is why we call it labor war. So I believe Adewale Abraham have something to say to this. You are raising up your hand.
Yeah,
No,
I have something to say. Hello?
Okay, Mr.
I have
Kalu.
something. Yes, I have something to say. You have spoken very well. A practical experience. I worked in a place in Delta State where the MD who is supposed to provide leadership is an illiterate. That he never went to any university, any school. But because he was into oil and gas, he became very wealthy. You understand? So most of the problems I encountered there was because the MD does not really understand HR, and he cannot sit down to learn. He is always on the move, technical, going up and down, traveling. So, but whenever he comes and you want him to sit in his office for 1 minute, is a problem. If you carry any proposal or approval, it will be on his desk for one. It can be there for 2 weeks, for 1 month. He will not sit down on his desk. So at the point, I got frustrated because we had about 400 staff, and everybody was on my neck. And it's a one-man business, and I don't have approval to certain things. And the MD does not even listen to HR. He doesn't sit down. He doesn't read his files. He doesn't come for meetings. So the whole thing, he was only after money, business, customers, traveling, So when you talk to him, he will tell you that without what he's doing, that all these paperwork, HR, all his grammar that we are speaking, that is money that he's looking for. So this is part of the reason why people resign. So after a while, I saw that the environment is not for me. I just put in my paper. You understand what I'm saying? Hello?
You are with you, I with you.
Yes. So I just want to chip in that point.
Thank you very much, sir. Abimbola Abraham. Okay, who is somebody is just Yena.
All right. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Okay. I just wanted to add something. In the organization where I work, there's this problem of this attrition, and then it seems like a lot of people come to the organization, maybe a startup or a smaller organization, and then they have this maybe a target number of years that they want to work for, and they have this target for themselves. So like maybe they want to build capacity and then go to the bigger companies. So there's been a lot of attrition. You understand? People just come, work for like 2 years, build a lot of capacity, and then because of the failure of the organization to understand, they tend to they keep on training this because there's a lot of motivation, there's a lot of zeal in these people. They keep on training them, and once these people are being trained, instead of to execute what they are supposed to do, maybe in 2 years you find out that they leave this company and go to a bigger company. That's what I wanted to say. And then my other question is, okay, let's say in organizational staffing, let's say for a startup, a company that is just starting, what are the key 10 or 5 to 10 employees that should be based on organization and structuring that should be in the organization for that organization to succeed? Thank you.
Wow. So thank you very much for that question. Now, this is this is the kind of question that is expected for every startup business owner, because you cannot just as a nation, you cannot just look into somebody and say, okay, you need 20 employees. No, it depends on the sector. Now, what kind of sector can you use as an example? What do you want to do? What are you selling? Are you into FMCG, real estate? Are you into oil and gas, hospitality and co? Now, let's take, for instance, an hospitality business. Yes. So a good, a reasonable CEO will say, okay, because I want to own a restaurant, all I just need, let me look for a chef, a waiter, or maybe two waiter, two waitresses, and who else? A cashier. At least the cashier is going to collect my money. Now, yes, these are good talents, but you understand that you still have to employ some back-end officers. At the end of the day, someone will go to market, who is the procurement manager. Someone will vet everything they are bringing in. Is either the quality assurance officer that is working directly with the store and the inventory, and at the same time, so a good CEO will bring out this paper and started writing, wow, so why will I say I need a waiter and a chef first, and I don't have somebody that will even buy what the chef will cook? Now, it is good to say the chef can go to market himself and buy. Have you forgotten about check and balances? Have you forgotten that we're in Nigeria? A chef can go to market and buy a chicken of 5,000 naira and bring you receipt of 10,000 naira. And at the end of the day, you will cost this chicken and it's okay, I must sell it for 20,000 naira. And the customer will say your product is too expensive. He will shout and say, after all, I bought it for 10,000 naira. No. The real cost of the landing cost of that product is actually 5,000, but someone somewhere actually cover everything up. So because you need to establish a good what's it called, process of business, you start from the back end, start from the top. Like I said, you can't just say you need a national, maybe let me say a national manager. It depends on your capacity. It depends on your what's it called, your ability at that time in terms of finance. So that is why some people employ HR/admin officer. So this admin person will basically be in charge of some kind of a procurement. So because you want to cut your costs, you don't want to spend too much. An HR and admin officer can fill that space for you. And majorly, you need a finance person, an accountant. Yes, so people will say an accountant must also be able to do the work of an internal control. Please don't try it. Somebody must be able to do what? To control the process of the business, to check into it. It is only an internal auditor that is not compulsory for a startup business. Because how much do you have? They want to be internal control, internal auditor, accountant, and at the same time, and they're still 20 person. So most times we advise that the most important part of it is if an internal control is there, an internal control is a specialist, an accountant too. And they have a little bit of an auditing experience, an audit experience. So if this person can start with you in the space of 1 year before you can bring in an internal auditor, it's fine. So I have let you know that as a startup business, the first person you look at is the HR person. That will not look at you and say, okay, who am I bringing in on board? And at the same time, because you want publicity for your business, I've worked in a place that they will tell you that all the stuff, snap, put it on your WhatsApp, let people know that we say yeah. No, it works. But for the fundamental of the business, for the business to go, this is jet age, this is technological age. You need a good digital marketer, a digital marketer that can work as a content creator, can start like that. It's a 2-in-1. So people like a business like that, you have seen somebody that want to do your book very well, which is the finance person. And there's an internal control that will also audit the finance and review the book of the finance on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, or quarterly. That aspect of your money is a guide. So now you now look about the process of the business. An HR person is there, an admin person is there, a procurement person is there, an inventory is there. So because we're talking about hospitality, that is why we have people like that. And there are a lot of businesses that must bring all these people on board. Now I spoke about the digital marketer. I've talked about the digital marketer is just the media person that will make your business to be feasible enough. If told me does not have expertise in digital marketing, she may not be able to gather everybody here tonight. Now, because she has it and some of our team members too, this is what they do. It is easy for them to put it to run ads on Facebook, on Instagram, and co. But some business owner will say, after all, I am a social media person too. I have Facebook and I can put it on my Facebook. I have people on my book. They will know that I have. Yes, they will know. But how many people can you reach? What is the number? People you can reach. So most times you start on a low ground and you expect it to grow. Start making noise from the start. Marketing is the life of every business now. Start from that aspect of it. So if we really want to know, because you have employed an accountant, an HR, an internal controller, you took a let's start business, and your chef is there to cook for you, you just say let's start business, you're on your own. You will start, and you'll be just having the kind of profit that you had last year is the same one you have this year. In fact, if inflation wants to finish you, the profits will just reduce like 20%, 30%. But if there are people at the back end that are moving this business, they are ensuring that they put the face of your business in the face of everybody, you'll be shocked that as big as ShopRite was then, they still advertise their businesses on TV and everywhere. And one of the biggest platforms that ShopRite used there was a nylon. Even people that don't have access to TV, that branding was someone's idea. It is the idea of someone that is into marketing. If you see yellow nylon, then oh, you're a rich man. Like, people will come for you. Everybody just wants to be attached to that nylon. You see how great that idea was. So there's no way you want to establish your business that will not have all these people in place. So I think I've been able to give you some tips on the kind of people you need in your business to start up.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. So, Tommy, please let's just go straight so that we can. So this is what we just finished, the audience engagement. So let's just continue from that aspect. So there's the last practical story, like what I've been talking about since morning. So we have two business owners here, business owner A and business owner B. The business owner A recognized the value of HR early, at the early stage of his business. He also collaborated closely with HR to define a clear recruitment strategy. Now, they don't just start recruiting. The both of them, the hiring manager and the recruiting manager, comes together and they do what they strategize on how the recruitment process will go. He also invested in employee well-being programs and professional development for a startup business. So a business owner, hey, look at what he's doing. If you don't know, I have worked in a place before. How I wish I have some of my colleagues that work together here. That for 9 months, yes, we were not selling. Yes, we were not selling. And the CEO was paying us our salary, and we were eating breakfast, and all we were doing, it was training. It was like classes. In fact, I did accounting, I did economics, we did physics, I did all the software that I know today. I started from there. We did exams. So these are the kind of business owner that when they came in from UK, they said you just want to do something different. And he rented a like 4-story building, different flats, and he put everybody there. This sets the first type of business staff that we were like 20 then. And like 9 months, one of us called her mother one day and she was crying. She said, "What kind of business owner is this? That she has not been working, she's just sleeping, waking up, going for classes, coming back. She eats breakfast and she still collects salary." That kind of business is I cannot forget. I cannot forget in my life. They gave me the kind of background that I don't believe any other business can do. When Supreme Noodles came to Nigeria, we were in Indomie then. I was working in Indomie. They came to like pick us, the good ones, you in events, you that come. They even picked our production manager and they employed us. Do you know that it took Supreme, was it almost 1 year, to start selling out their products? All product that Supreme was producing in terms of noodles, we were giving out, we were selling it out. Is it selling? It was the storekeeper that was even selling it to Obasanjo's farm for the pigs to eat. Because they were trying to run it to make sure that they meet up the standard needed. And the space of this 1 year was from one training to another too. Sending people abroad, bringing out people, bringing people from South Africa, from Lebanon, from different parts of the country to ensure they get the results needed. So, business owner that invested in employee well-being and programs and professional development at the end of the day earn above their own expectation. And this resulted in a motivated and skilled workforce, leading to increased productivity and business growth. So now, let's look about the scenario of business owner B next, please. So you can see they're happy. Business owner A. So for business owner B, he or she underestimated the role of HR in business success, neglected talent management, leading to what? Mismatched hires and low employee morale. Mismatched talent. You just put somebody that's supposed to be someone that's supposed to be opening gates, to be the one in the front desk and to welcome what is it called? Your clients, or to welcome your customer. Should be they are the same. No. This can even reduce the morale of the employee himself, because that is not what is called to do. And then he faced challenges in solving workplace conflicts and retaining top talent. Because your talent will just keep coming and going. because you do what? You underestimated the role of HR in your business. That led to what? To do what? To the mismatch of hires or low employee morale. And this experience a decline in what? Productivity and struggle to adapt to market changes. Now, like I said it during my introduction part, that everybody knows what is going on in the country now. But there are some businesses right now, they don't know what we others are feeling. Know why? Because they have put a lot of things in place before these days. They know that a day will come that this kind of thing will happen in the country. So people that does not really have good talent in their business, they will find it difficult to adapt to what is going on in the country right now. They will not sit and see the need and not see the needful to start hiring the best hand again. So we do have everything to give to staff, but the little you have as an employer or as a business owner, you do. Tommy, please, next. So you can see how the business owner is struggling. Your books were there. You don't even know the next one to open. Next. So this is the kind of attitude you will see. So now we're going to talk about the outcome. The outcome for business owner is to achieve sustainable growth and what? A positive workplace culture. The workplace will just be here right now, and I've mentioned like 2 different companies I've worked for that will never forget the kind of culture we started with over there. And people are actually enjoying it up to now. So now, because this person finding to bring in HR to be part of the business from start, look at what happened. Adapt swiftly to what market changes through a skilled and agile workplace. Anything that wants to happen should happen. The business should keep going. Because people are actually going for training. People are actually equipping themselves with the new tools that's going on. In terms of cultivated long-term employee loyalty and satisfaction, it is hard to have these 2 things. There's one thing for employee to be loyal. There's another thing for employee to be satisfied in the business. Now,
Somebody should mute the mic, please.
Olagunju, please mute your mic. Thank you very much, man. So you can be satisfied on the job, but you're not loyal to the business. Satisfaction comes in 2 dimensions. Satisfaction.
I'm sorry. How can you manage people that are not loyal and they are not satisfied in business? Differently, loyalty
Very
and
good.
satisfaction.
Very
Thank you,
good.
sir.
Thank you very much. Now, it is rare for you to have staff that are 100% loyal to you. Like I'm seated here and I've mentioned company that up to now I'm still loyal to them. I'm no longer working there, but I'm still loyal because of what they gave me from start. Now, you are asking, how can you manage them? You are not asking, what can I do for them to make them loyal to me? Now, they are not loyal to
They are
you because,
interwoven questions, sir.
yes,
What
I
can
know.
one do to
When
make
they were
them loyal?
coming in, they don't have it at the back of their mind to be loyal to you because most of them just want to get paid. But there's something like what I said to myself. I was going there to spend 1 year. But when I got there and I saw the motivation that comes, like, wow, you are sending me out for training, you are giving me this. And I said to the CEO, I said, the reason why I don't want to go now is because I've not given back enough out of what was given to me. I had that mindset. And that mindset actually helped me. Now, a lot of people will leave because first, they don't have anything to lose, 1. Number 2, they don't have what to hold on to. Now, do we have like succession planning in place that if my boss or my social position can be vacant in the next 1 year, can I be fit into this job role? Can any staff see this thing? Now, some people will feel like oh, the nature of our business is to bring people from outside to fill in any space. You don't really want to look at our inward. Now, if they have this mindset, forget, they will not be loyal to you. Now, that's one of the ways to manage it. Number one is sell the business to them, sell it to them. It's their own. Make them understand that in the space of 6 months, you can be promoted. In the space of 6 months, your salary can be reviewed. In the space of 6 months, you can be sent to social branch to head this branch. Some people take responsibility and they change everything about their activity towards the business. Satisfaction. It is hard for someone to come out open as an employee and say, I'm satisfied here. But me, I've seen people that will tell you, there's nothing I'm going outside to do. I have seen as an HR, I have helped people, because apart from doing interview to bring people in, you do stay interview and you do exit interview. During stay interview, you do a kind of questionnaire. If you have not been in before, you do it and send it across to your staff. Are you satisfied on the job? If not, what's it called, a front desk officer, what else do you think you can do? In the space of 1 year or 2 years, where do you see yourself in the company, not outside the company, in the company? So this questionnaire result will actually make you to understand the kind of staff that you have and their mindset towards the business. Now you have done your part by providing all the necessary tools, everything they need to grow, everything to buy their loyalty. You have done it. Now, are they satisfied? You get to know through this thing. Is there a way are they seeing a way for them to climb the ladder? Do you even have a ladder in your company? There are thousands of companies that does not have a ladder. I come into a company as a manager, and the next person above me, maybe you call the person senior manager. And after 2 months, I realized that I'm earning 50,000 and this person is earning 55,000. Now, and I ask the person, how long have you been here? The person say 3 years. Then I will look into myself and say, okay, so it will take me 3 years to earn 55,000. That will be the first thing. Now, this is what I would think. I will now also think like, okay, is it that this person is not growing? He's not helping himself, or it's business that is not helping him? I will now study this person again and see. If I now realize that this person is actually good on the job, this person is the go-to person of the business. In fact, without him, a lot of things will go down. And this person is still on this way. So I will now look at myself and say, oh, let me just collect my 50,000 for 1 year and leave. But let's take another, for instance. I came in and I'm earning 50,000. And my team lead is earning 100,000. And I asked my team, and my team is telling me, I came into just like you in the space of 6 months because I was good on the job. You have to be good too. My salary was increased, and I'm earning social amount of naira. In the space of 1 year, it was increased. So now I'm earning 100,000. Which means in the space of 1.5 years, you also earn like this, and you become team lead one day. Because even I'm aiming to be the senior manager, they will know that, wow, there's ladder here. So that means in the space of 2 years, I have what I'm expecting ahead of me. So these are what business owners refuse to put in place. Let that be ladder. Let that be something that people will look up to. It's not everything that is even money. But let them see that if they do this, this is what they will get. Let them see that if I get this kind of qualification, if I can pay for my exams and come back and submit this certificate for this company, this is what I will get. A lot of employees will do a lot of certificate, they will refuse to show it to HR. You know why? Because they know that you will not do anything about it. There's nothing. You even be scared to allow them to go to do any professional exam. So the only way to manage a staff that is not loyal to the business, because let me tell you, there's nobody that's coming to your business for the first time that is loyal, even if it is your cousin. They have 1 or 2 things. You don't know that a staff that is doing interview with you today actually left another interview to come to your interview. It's a shock. A staff that you employ today that came for your onboarding today, after leaving your office, is going to another place to do interview. And if God catch your business, you are offering the person 300 and they are offering the person 350. with a car over there. Now, nobody is having this mindset of loyalty as at entry level. It is on the job that they will now come back and say, okay, let me be loyal because these people are providing me the expected needs. And that the loyalty will lead to satisfaction. Most times we get people that they'll tell you they are satisfied. Hey, nobody should put me out of this
So
place.
it's actually loyalty that leads to satisfaction, sir.
Yes.
In all cases.
No, like I said, a lot of people can tell you they are satisfied on the job. You know why? You know why they are satisfied? Because the kind of job they are doing there is limited. They are lazy people. They are satisfied because they are not doing, they are not stretching themselves.
Okay, sir.
And they are getting the amount that can cater for their needs as at now. So they will tell you they are satisfied. They will not leave. That is why you have someone that has spent 10 years on the job, on the same, what's it called, JD, on the same job role, and he refuses to leave. And a new staff that comes in the space of 1 year is telling you, if you cannot increase my salary, I'm going. Or if I cannot promote, I'm going. Both of them have two different reasons for coming. Somebody is okay where he is, he's satisfied because there's no expansion for him and he does not want to leave that space. I have been a regional accountant for 6 years. I just want to be in this place. Nobody is stopping me. Nobody is cracking my head. I'm not stressing. They are not calling me for management meeting. Doing NPR, I'm not involved, not to concern me. And somebody, a junior staff is somewhere, say that one day, I want to be part of the people presenting slide. I want to be there. And you are not giving this person the platform. This person will not be satisfied, but the other person will be satisfied in a negative way. But if you give the person that wants to grow, the access to grow, you buy the loyalty of this person, and this person will not come later to his own satisfaction. That is the positive satisfaction we're talking about. A lot of people do your stay interview, you will hear them. Ask them that, can you work in social unit? They say, no, I prefer here. If you check the reason for them, for the reason why they want to stay in that place, you'll be amazed that it's because there's not a lot of work to be done in that place. That work is not stretching them. It's the same thing they know 20 years ago that they are still applying, the same process, doing voucher, let me sign, let me crochet, let me do this one, because let me, that is the same process. These two guys does not go the length of learning more, using kind of softwares or tools to know a lot of things they want to know. So it is for you as a business owner now to not differentiate between this kind of people. And the only thing that can make you to know them is staff engagement, constant staff engagement. Do your own questionnaire. If you cannot differentiate between this set of people, you just be wrongly positioning people. You just tell them, Shebi Mr. Also have been in the business for long. How much is he earning? He's satisfied with the job. He's even the one carrying the business on his head. Lies. He's not carrying the business on his head. He's there because nothing is pushing him. And if you don't take care, this kind of people that end up defrauding the company. Because any little pothole, any little this, they will be the one to know. They will know immediately that something is happening in this place. I've been here for long, so let us take advantage of it, and that is it. And they are satisfied.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Welcome. So because of our time, I have less than 5 minutes to finish up. Okay, yes, you can just, okay, now we see the result of the business owner B through the picture. You see A and B together. The A is enjoying the business, while the business owner B is still trying to figure out a lot of things. 25 years to this time, if he does not get the right tools, the right talent, he will still be in this kind of position. Next, I think. So now, the lesson learned so far, investing in HR as a strategic partner is long-term benefits. Employee well-being directly impacts business success. A proactive HR strategy is essential for adapting to industry changes. Those are the lessons we have learned so far. We understand that without employee well-being, we'll be losing a lot. Without you partnering with your HR person, you have a lot. And a proactive HR strategy is what is essential. HR should think ahead of the business should know what will happen in the next 5 years. Gone are those days that HR does go and learn psychology or learn guidance and this thing or English. You can speak. No, HRs now are more like they are finance guys, they are auditors, they are lawyers. A lot of us are lawyers, so want to know everything in depth. Business owners, so that is why HRs are called business partners. So these are the lessons we have learned so far, and I believe that we will take this into consideration and will not just take it as a textbook, we take it as something that we should practice often as business owner. Next, Tony, I'm trying to rush because of my time. Like I said, take place for business owners. Recognize HR as what? As crucial business partner. Today, please prioritize employee well-being and talent management. It is good. Everybody should even go and learn how to manage talent. It is essential. It's not only the job of the HR. Learn from successful examples to avoid common pitfall. Like the examples that I've shared with us today, let's learn around it so that we will not fall into the pitfall again. And at the same time, as a business owner, don't just believe that you can do everything on your own. Try to contract some aspect of your business out so that you can use the same remaining energy to focus on some aspects of your business. You can't just say you want to be the alpha and omega of everything. That's what takes me to the next slide. So it will shock you that I'm doing this. When I was talking to Toby the day she requested for my picture, my corporate picture, and I said, I'm not with any picture now, but don't worry, I'll just thought one of my guys take me picture and this is. So this is one of my team, Victor Bodunde, is an analyst specialist and is also a need analyst. He's a slide, what's it called? It makes sure that anything that comprises of a professional slide and everything, that is what he do. He's a good and he's a content creator, he's a graphic designer, everything that you can talk about. When I needed a picture, you put your hands on it, want to snap it, I started designing and I sent it. And today, when I finished all my write-up, my synonyms, and I gave it to you, the space of 1 hour, it brought something beautiful for me. So why can't I introduce you to my business partner here tonight and see if they can engage you? So this is an example of what we're talking about. It's what I can do on my own. It's what I can start cracking my brain and say, let me do it. But because I actually need input of a specialist, someone that actually have been doing this for long. And I just gave it to him. And he was like, oh, thank you, in fact, for giving me the privilege to do this for you. He was so happy. And I said, because you did it for me, I will introduce you to business owners tonight. And you can see his contact is there and everything. And I'm sure that Tommy will also share this slide with us for us to see this kind of person is. You don't need to stretch your brain. You have a business proposal, you have everything to want to go and present. Just little write-up. These are my guy will do what? Will put everything in place for you, and you are good to go. He's a professional in his field, and thank God for his life. So thank you everybody for your time. I really appreciate.
Thank you so much, sir.
Wow,
It's been a wonderful session.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
So
Tommy.
so deep.
a very big thank you.
Thank,
This is very
thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for the practical session.
Thank you very much for the time. Really enjoyed this.
I really
God
enjoyed
bless
it.
you.
Thank you so much, sir. We actually enjoyed your session.
We need your
from
phone number, sir.
Yeah, so
Thank you so much,
Can
sir.
we,
Even
can we
though I
have your
came in late.
contact, sir? Can we have your
Hello, can
contact?
you
Can we
hear
have
me?
your platform?
Okay, Tommy will provide that.
Okay, so let's mute our mic. Mr. Adewale, please, before you leave, how can people reach out to you for HR consultation?
Okay, like I said, okay, I can just send my, okay, I will send my email to you, to Tommy, so Tommy will, okay, is there a way you can share to people on this platform?
We need your phone number,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Okay.
We
So my
yes,
phone
there's a
number
way
is
you can just send your phone number. Don't worry, he's going to send the phone number and I'll send it to the group.
yes, it's fine. I'll send the phone number now and my email address so that I can contact you.
Yes.
Thank you very
We
much.
also don't need your social media platforms, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Especially your LinkedIn, sir.
No problem. I will share all that with Tommy, so she'll share it.
Okay, and I'll do well to forward it, get it across to them. Okay, so thank you so much, sir. We really do appreciate you. Okay, so at this junction, we bring the meeting for today to a close.